can't come over to sunny South Africa and not meet the world famous Blanton. So, it was a big deal. And I had talked to Anna, and she said, she let me know you all do a lot, so the potential could be that we miss each other. So I understood, but it was really to thank you all in person for helping bridge the gap.
All right, guys, welcome back to the world famous The Real South Africa. My name is Mark, and Latasha is going to be inside with us, and we're having an interview with Chris. His first time in South Africa, he absolutely had a great time. He just wanted to tell everybody his story, so I think you guys should follow, listen, and maybe take his advice, but check us out on the inside.
Perspective, or they watch some show on Animal Planet as the 10 worst things that ever happened between humans and animals. Them attack shows and all that. And it's like, when you look at the numbers, that don't happen often. Know, so I already do that type of stuff. But and it's a risk, At the end of the day, I know what I'm trying to do and I'm trying to experience. You only live once. I can only go to the club and the bar so many times for it to be different. But why not come to South Africa, get that, and then say, let's go to see the safari? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
I love it.
Yeah, that's
I've been on too many games. We've been on.
I love a good one.
Right, because I've seen y'all channel. That's probably the videos I've watched the most.
Yeah.
If you all being on the safaris, and the bush one, I think is the most recent one I saw before I got here, because you all showed the room and talked to the lady I was calling Issa Rae.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
She did look like her,
though,
right?
She did look like
her.
Yeah, so I thought that was cool. Yeah, so man, it's, and even just, I've been saying this too, just waking up every day in South Africa. Wow. That's the biggest thing. Like, I've been telling,
and it's still the same for us, believe it or not.
Waking up here every day, like hearing different birds wake me up than the birds back home. It's like, I don't even know what that is, but it sounds cool. You know what I'm saying?
The birds here are on some get up. They on some it's time to get going. But the birds do wake you up every day, and you can appreciate that. And like he just said, this many years later, it's still like, man, I'm in Africa.
I say that every single day, like, wow, this is real.
We still drive around and just look at the sunsets, and we just be like, man, we're in Africa. This is amazing.
I believe it. And the landscape is crazy. Like, even just on the roads, it's hard. I'm glad I haven't had to drive anywhere, because I probably would have been like, I got folks on the road,
crashing and stuff.
Yeah, just overlooking, the type of trees. I posted I sent a picture to some people, and hey, that's Cali? Is it palm trees?
Really?
No, yeah, exactly. But I didn't sell them on South Africa yet. I let them like, oh, okay, what else you think? Like, man, I'd love to go to Cali, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's South Africa.
He's like,
right, exactly.
Be like, I would love to see that. Okay, well, that's in South Africa.
Right.
It's not in Cali.
Yeah. Because if I tell you, then unfortunately you're going to trigger what you probably believe. And we do that even in the States, when you say, I might go to this place, this. And, the number one thing I've gotten, which I'm sure you all know, be careful. Which is fair for just
put it on a shirt,
loving people and being realistic when you're in a different place.
But you're from DC, so I feel like you have what word do I want to use?
But he's been to a lot of metropolitan cities.
You have a predisposition to understand what it means to be in a city.
Right.
Like, it's not like you're coming from, no offense to you, honey, North Carolina or Virginia. I'll put myself in there second. Where there's not really too many cities around, since you have to navigate those things. So I can understand some hesitation, but at the same time, you can't just go somewhere oblivious, walking around like
exactly.
You can't
be
like that.
You keep your head on swivel. Surroundings where you go. Nothing is above that. If I went to Antarctica, I'd do that. How many people out there? Right, exactly.
They would be like, he ain't paying attention.
Right. So I feel you, but but I mean, every day I've walked in Melrose Soda, and even the people that was a cool thing that's different here too about the restaurants, how everybody's out front. And they greet you even if I don't go in there to eat. It's like the staff is like acknowledging me just walking by. And they're not badgering me to try to force me to come in.
They see you.
Like,
I see you, you see me, we greet each other.
Yeah, that's different. You definitely ain't get. I don't know where in the States you would get it. Maybe
but that's what most Africans expect when even no matter where you are in the country or on the continent. But then they go to the U.S. and then they see brothers and sisters, and we walk right past them. That is absolute disrespect here with us in Africa. So that's why we speak to everyone, and the people speak to us. Right. You can even go. I mean, a lot of us, if you actually drive, you see the guys that are, and I'm saying that we call them, I forgot what we call them, but they're at the stoplight or whatever, and you might not. They just, if you just greet them, just hello, even though they might not be in the best position. Right. That's, but it's disrespectful. Yeah,
they're still humans. You don't have to ignore them. Even if you don't have anything to give them, you would still acknowledge them.
Just
say, hey, how you doing? And keep it moving.
But that's normal. So that's why, now that I feel like I'm on this side, per se, that I understand when the Africans that are in the U.S., especially ones that haven't been there that long, and they see a brother and sister, they just assume they can just come up to you and say, hey, brother, hey, sister, let's, hey, I'm so-and-so and you are, or whatever. We look right past them because we're too busy. We don't understand. We're not as cultured as we need to be. And so, but here, a lot of times, if you go ask somebody for something, just walk up to them, hey, can you help me with this?
They'll be like,
they would say, excuse me?
Yeah. You can't pay somebody if you want to.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely.
I learned the hard way. I was like very early on.
Yeah.
I walked up to a girl. I needed directions, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, hey, can you tell me how to get to whatever? When I say she did like this to me,
yeah, you're straight back.
And was like, ask him. Yeah. Mark was like, now you know better. I was like, my bad. But sometimes because I did it twice. Twice was enough. She ignored me. The next time I did it, she didn't speak English at all, and I know she spoke English.
Yeah, but that's her prerogative.
But I was the one that was in the wrong. So it wasn't like, so I couldn't be like, why won't you help me? It's like I didn't say hello, how are you? Can you help me? I just went straight on and said hey, and hey is like a smack in the face. So definitely don't do that.
No, that makes sense, and I would understand why, because when you talk about the subtleties of things like oppression, it's like, not saying that's what you were doing, but
it was
that's little ways on how our culture can change. Mm-hmm. By if we start allowing this, then what else do we do to simulate or let people come in? And this is not what South Africans do. You would say the same thing if I walked in your house and you said no shoes. I got to take them off, or I got to go. So I definitely get that, and that's good, because it boosts everybody's morale. Yeah. It just makes it easier to interact when you have that type of reading with one another.
Yeah. So tell me this. So you've been having some good experiences.
Yes, sir.
So is there any particular experience that you haven't spoke about yet? So you got a red band hat.
I know what I was checking out.
Oh yeah, that's that local brand. Had is that these stores that took my money. That's the experience I had.
Keep your receipts, honey.
I did. I made sure I kept as many as I could.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the stores, the clothes, everything's nice. Like and the brands are different. Even if I have the same brand, I'm getting something that I wouldn't get in the States. Mm-hmm. So whether it's Puma, whether it's this brand,
Puma.
Exactly. And
I love it.
Puma big,
exactly.
Yeah, Puma bigger than Nike or anything.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah. And I like Puma, so it was great to be like, wow, I know I wouldn't see this in stores back home.
And it's funny that you said not to talk about Puma again, but you brought it up, so
right. Go ahead.
So because I am a Puma fan, I will look at and sometimes they'll have a different Puma at a different store. So like if you see a Puma at this store, it may not be at this store. And even the Puma store will have different stores than the other Puma store. It's always a hassle for me because I'm like, do I want to get a different pair of Puma for each store? Right. And then when you check the South African Puma online store, it's not the same as the US store. So I'm always in a battle.
Yeah.
Puma.
Always in a battle.
Nice.
Yeah. You can't leave that store thinking, I just get that one.
No, you can't. You can't do that.
Because I did that in Mall of Africa. Yeah.
Is it not?
Yeah. And then and that's one place you don't have to work out because the calories you burn walking around.
You know what? I done walked 37,000 steps today.
Absolutely, yeah.
I could get a Cinnabon. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
right. But yeah, so that was a great experience. What else didn't I mention? I feel like it's a lot I didn't mention, to be honest.
No.
But I can tell you this though, and you're only halfway, when I say halfway through, but you're gonna leave here, you're gonna jump on a plane, and then you're gonna probably go to, you said you've been to San Diego, right?
Right.
Once you go to Cape Town, you'll throw San Diego in the trash can.
Okay.
San Diego is absolutely incredible. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It has all this stuff. It has all this stuff. At Cape Town, you're gonna go there and you're gonna be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's literally all I can. And I'm being kind.
Yeah, and even locals who from Joburg, Pretoria, Limpopo, wherever they I'm trying to get I'm trying to give y'all some respect. hey, but even they all mentioned Cape Town. Everybody
Cape Town is beautiful. Yeah.
It is beautiful.
I mean, even people, some have been, some who haven't, they all say the same thing.
Yeah, it's insane.
Make sure you got enough space on these.
Oh
spaces.
yeah, absolutely.
Because Cape Town gonna have you.
Yeah.
You gonna have it on because they're automatic button like.
I believe because here it was tough not to pull my phone out.
Oh yeah.
Because so when I would come, I had to remind myself that I needed to be in that moment, and sometimes I wouldn't take a picture so that I could actually remember it. Because I'm always like, I want to take a picture. It's like, let me be in the moment versus trying to take a picture of everything because it's so hard. You want the picture so you don't forget anything, but I also want to be, in that moment as well. The only thing I want you to talk a little bit about is we talked about a spa treatment.
Oh yeah, that was great. Life Day Spa, phenomenal. I got a full body massage, got a facial and hands and feet. And so essentially, I never got a pedicure or manicure in my life. So
And
that
the
was
first
great.
I was in Africa.
Yeah, that was great. I was like, my man was like marble floors.
So you had an Asian lady came in and she
this is straight South Africa.
I thought Asian, that's what they do.
Nah, they probably was in there getting service. They wasn't doing the job. It was African. I think one of the girls was from Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
But you get people from surrounding.
They talk say Zim. We can say Zim.
Okay. Neighboring countries and the service was top notch. They had a restaurant in there. They had a pool, a place. What was it? Day chairs are they called? Yeah, the day chairs. You can sit outside in the sun, relax.
They'll bring you a drink if you want it.
Absolutely, yeah. And what was it? They did put your feet in like the salt or
with the pink one.
Yeah, the pink one. It turned into like a gel. What's going on? But I like it. I was like, all right, I'm just here for the ride.
And when you're done, you're like, wow, my feet feel so good.
Yeah, it was so good. It was amazing. And just the setup, it was top notch. Like it was like a resort almost. That's what I was looking for. It was like being at a resort, probably what you would get there. And this was just like a spa out in the city, and the service was great. Like I said, I thought it was cool. You had you could step over the water in between the floor. I was like,
all that built inside.
Yeah, I like that. I was like, I feel like I'm somewhere tropical. Which in South Africa is technically,
it's tropical.
One thing that's fascinating, it has so many different lands. Like you can look one way, it looks tropical, and you see cities, and then the mountains at the lion safari. When we went down by where the leopards were, and then by the hyenas. Behind us, I forgot the name of. He told us the name of the mountain, but it was crazy. Maybe it was crazy just looking at, wow, this is really right here, and I just was in a car on like the highway, so, and I'm seeing that, so everything in between, so yeah, it's just been too much to really be able to describe right now, because it's still all, I'm trying to pull every memory out that I've had, but it's been top notch.
Did you go to the city?
Which was I didn't even mention that, sorry. The city, the village, the people, man, that was deep too. That wasn't heavy like apartheid heavy, but it was heavy in the sense of the fact that they still know down to the tribe who they are. They're not just we just from Joburg or whatever. You call it now. But all those different, I think it was 5 and learning that Noah Mandela was from one of those tribes, and they talked about all the rites of passages, and I learned how important cattle is. Like you're trying to get married,
and all those things are still important.
Yeah,
and all that we from and cattle and the tribes. They might be standing beside each other. One might be Zulu, one might be Xhosa.
Yes,
and they will let you know that this is this one.
Right. And how they communicate is cool. It's just a level of appreciation too on the craftsmanship of some of those designs on the housing. Say the proper terminology. The color, the design, how each one represents something. Like this is the head building, or this is where the elders come to converse about plans as far as the village goes, and how they took this may not have been Xhosa, so I'm not going to say that.
It's okay.
But how they have that 12-week period of the young boys becoming a man.
Yeah,
they go
not all of them. Some cultures do that.
He mentioned how both all 12 weeks they're away from the mom.
Yeah.
Essentially, they're with the elders, then they go on the mountain for another 6 weeks.
Oh yeah.
And then they come back. Right, exactly. So
imagine.
Yeah, that's
imagine we did that.
If we got you right as a young man,
you
wouldn't have no trash.
Yeah, we need that though. I think the problem is we don't have true rites of passages in our culture in America. And
but women do that too. They do that for the young ladies as well. They go away, do their thing, and they come back and they're ready.
Prepared.
Yeah, and how everything has a meaning, even down to the clothing. Like to us, it's just like, does it match, does it fly, whatever your style is. But when he mentioned about like when they're married, she wears this and she never takes it off her head, and that's just some sort of understanding of why they're allowing that, and then what she will wear around her waist when she's married versus. Yeah. So it's an indicate they talk. At the end of the day, everything is communication down to the clothing. Yeah. And that was cool. I got caught slipping though. I walked into one of the spots, and the spearman, he was on the side of the wall, and I didn't see him. He had the spear right there. And I was just like, like a tourist, wow. And I'm usually sharp, so it was like, okay, you got me right there. But it was cool to experience that. And the dance at the end,
they be getting it.
Oh, they get it. And they're not just, they're athletic. Yeah. Like, that was some of the moves that were flexible and like.
So wasn't the electric slide?
Nah, wasn't the electric slide, wasn't the cha-cha slide, wasn't the box, none of that. But it was similar. These people are like this. I don't know how much y'all know about go-go.
Of course.
Okay.
How about Chuck, bro?
Right. We beat our feet, which is a type of dance.
Word.
And I was like, oh, this is similar. This is,
you felt at home.
Yeah, I was
like, I could do that.
Yeah, I almost wanted to get involved. But that was nice. Of course, the village shops with the artifacts and the clothing. Made, I never saw a towel like that. And Danny, he bought a towel that was just like knitted, and you gotta put it together. I was like, I've never seen a towel like this. It was beautiful. Color, the patterns, it wasn't like some thrown together cheap material. This was quality, and that's another thing. The dashikis and all the clothing material, the US be getting over on us, because them cloths they use in the US is definitely not the material that they make it here. Like, that's quality.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, that's quality. So it was great to experience.
So you did a lot of shopping.
I did.
Okay. He went there. I did. So we'll leave that at that.
Because there was so many things that I just know I'm not going to see again.
I know,
and
I
don't want to try to find it online or not. I'm right here. I can try it, I can test it, and I can, see.
But it sounds like you can see yourself being part of this culture, even if you just come in here on vacation once or twice a year. It sounds like it.
Oh, it sounds, because it is that. Yeah, I'll put it in the group message. I'll show you all off camera, it don't matter. I said, the super fast, all things perfectly aligned plan is 1 year. The reasonable realistic is 3 to 5. The long term is 7 to 10.
Okay.
And I'm talking about as far as living.
Word.
And I'm 32. I just turned 32 March 6th.
Okay.
So that is the goal.
Yeah, that's my birthday.
Oh, cool. So I say that, shout out to March 6th, baby.
Right.
Yeah. But no, seriously, that's I put that in a message maybe 2 days ago. And I'm serious about it, because you can live technically anywhere and just get a day-to-day experience, but
you want to live.
Yeah, outside of, like I said, and not outside, because this is a massive part of everybody's existence, is family and friends, which I'm sure most people is probably their toughest thing to leave behind.
100%.
Outside of that, there would be no reason for me to be committed to the U.S. After the experience, it's nothing. There's nothing I wouldn't get here that I can own that's exclusive to U.S. You know, and then there's things that I can get here that I can experience.
So I think that, you know, when it comes to trying to encourage people to come to South Africa, it's not like encourage like it's something that you have to do. It's like if you are looking for something to enhance your experience in life, I think that South Africa should be a choice. Like that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I know Tasha said what she had to say. I'm sorry, I'm stepping over.
It's okay. You can step over. Step.
But no. So has anybody asked you like you know, like what do you do?
Nah.
Don't you love that?
Yeah. That's the U.S. Respect question, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it's a respect question?
No, I say that because, you know, usually that's what it's connected to in the U.S. is like, what do you do? Is because that's how I view. Like, oh, you're a lawyer? Oh, but it's honorable people that's generous. You get what I'm saying? So it's like...
leave Ebony K out of this.
So it's that how am I going to view you based on what you do?
100%.
You don't have that here.
I kind of figured that.
Yeah, as soon as when you asked me just now, I think that was the first.
You know why.
I know.
But generally speaking, I would have never.
And that's not a thing that they. If it's genuine curiosity about because you're from America, maybe they haven't been, and just in general conversation, what's it like over there? What do people do? Like that kind of question.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody
not like what you do. Like it's definitely not that.
Yeah.
They're not pressing me out about what I do.
But doesn't it feel good because you know, like if you're in a crowded room with people in the U.S., they're going to ask you within the first, I'm going to say 30 seconds, like what it is you do in your right, so they can determine where they're going to place you.
Yeah.
But to be here for this many days and not have one person ask you what you do, you're probably like, I just get to be Chris.
Right, exactly.
I just get to be.
And they get to be them, and I think the thing is they're not selling nothing. So in the sense of like, you know what I'm saying? Not even just like merchandise. I think a lot of times we selling our position because we're trying to sell our value.
Wow.
You know, so it's just like, look, I do this, and it's just like, oh, I have this degree or this certificate, and it's just like we're always trying to convince people of our position, and that's because I think America is so fast and competitive, and it's all about chasing money, and it doesn't have any deep values beyond that. But here, that's not their first instinct is to think about comparison. You know,
no, just how you doing, brother?
Right. It's just hello, and then maybe understanding even before anything. So if you would have never mentioned that, it would have been so not asked that I wouldn't even have thought about that. You know, I haven't even been having conversations about work here.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. So
you've been on vacation.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, and they'll ask that. You know, like how's your time been? You know, when you tell them how long you've been. It means something to them to know what your experience was like. Yeah. Whereas back home, it's like, oh, okay. Like I said, I've worked in Georgetown too, so a lot of those people are from all over the world, you know. But it's not like a big deal to really inquire about why. It's just like, oh, you was here from Europe. Oh, okay. It's kind of like we all do that, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of that vibe. Yeah. So I just think here it's more in alignment with how my family raised me and how they, you know, have their view of respect and you get what you give type thing. And that's, like you said, even down to the people on the side of the road or just at the bus stop, wherever it may be, there's no level to who can get respect. Yeah. And that means a lot because you said we all people at the end of the day. My job doesn't make me better than you.
Yeah.
You know, we've got different incomes, right? You know, it doesn't. You know, so and again, they at home too. So it's like
they're literally
at home. So it's like we good. You know what I mean? It's like they get it every day like y'all do. Y'all still, like you said, waking up. I can't believe y'all echo that you still wake up.
Oh, absolutely.
No, it's the truth. Most days I just feel like, man, this is I'm here, you know, and I get to enjoy another day
Yeah,
here in South Africa. If it's just sitting around the house, chilling out, watching. Lately we've been watching a lot of classic movies. Like we just watched Casablanca.
Okay.
We watched Cleopatra. We
Right,
watched
right.
Counting Hearts and Rouge.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we've been checking up, just catching up or whatever we missed.
Yeah.
So we've been doing that, or if we decided to ride out, we went for a 11-kilometer hike the other day. We are in South Africa. We just as we say, pitched up. Yeah, we pitched up and paid a little 90 rand for both of us.
Yeah.
And we walked for 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was
a
funny.
beautiful hike.
But it was funny because it was a woman that that stopped because she said, "Oh, I seen y'all like an hour or so ago. And y'all still walking?" And come to find out, she was from Hawaii.
No, she's from Guam.
No, she's from Guam, but
Lives in
Hawaii.
No, it was Guam, California.
Yeah, she lives in California. So she said she was from somewhere in California, and I said, "Oh, you gangster!" Right? And then she started laughing. I think she was a Guamanian woman, and she said, "Yeah, it's so funny. I think in rap songs all the time."
That's funny. Right.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
She was this little woman.
Right.
We on a dirt road in South Africa.
Right.
In the middle
Having
of
this
the
conversation. Having this conversation. It was cool. It was cool. I think she married a local guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Hey.
So go ahead.
No, so we met a Guamanian from California on a hike in Pretoria.
Yeah. And
we were in Kruger at a safari lodge and met a girl from Virginia.
Wow. Yeah, she went to Virginia Tech.
Like that. I mean, I grew up in Virginia, so I'm like, that's down the street. She was like, "Go Hokies!" I was like, "No."
That's funny. Yeah, my grandmother's from Madison.
Oh Lord Jesus!
Yeah,
okay, she's from the sticks too. I was gonna say she's from the sticks
too. Down there. I gotta shout out this place. I ain't never been to a place where you get groceries and a soup and it's Woolworths. Bro, I was like, hey, I don't need to leave for nothing. Like. Oh man, that's amazing. It's like you go all to the same place to pay. Like when I get my groceries, I got a blazer and a shirt and tie. I'm like, what is this? I
can get my suit
compare that to.
And pay for dinner.
Yeah.
And I think most of them you can get like a little something to eat there if you want to actually.
Yeah. I saw that like hot and ready. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is like Whole Foods and Macy's.
At the same time.
And it's nothing comparable to that.
Yeah. Whole Foods and Macy's had a baby.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. I was like, man, this is dope. Like, I was fascinated by that, and I've probably been there a lot. I probably.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, it is.
It's a pretty store.
And even certain like juices and fruits and stuff I can't get back home. I try to get as many.
Oh, they got
everything.
Guava and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I was
Welcome
definitely
to South Africa.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He was like, they got guavas? Yes,
Right.
let me get a tray of those.
Right. And let me go get a hat too. Socks.
And a tie.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It's cool,
Okay.
Yeah, and people think, America does it high end. I'll tell you this, at Mall of Africa and Mandela Square, like, you gotta wait in line to get in Gucci and it's velvet rope. I feel like I was going to the club. I was like, pat me down, like, in a good way though. We gonna limit how many people, this is high end stuff. And it's stuff you're not gonna get in the US.
Yeah. And people got money here.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. It's not just people struggling and trying to put chains together. People get paid, and you can see it. Even with I noticed, I was like, the local cars kind of look like Audis and BMWs. As a local car. Yeah, to us, that's like
a Ford Chevy.
Yeah, I'm like, wow. Like Audi, BMW, I think I've seen, I want to say Hyundai. I've seen that.
Yeah, Hyundai.
Yeah, maybe Nissan or something. But I was fascinated by that, and Mercedes too. I was like, wow, that's
just a basic car.
Yeah, I was like, this is an everyday car.
It's an everyday car.
Yeah, and another thing that's interesting is the bus service, not the
taxis.
The minibus taxis.
Yeah. They'll pick up whoever, wherever you are.
Yeah.
I didn't see people get grabbed up on the highway like, hey, got me, and they stop. And that's a big thing because. If I'm going that way, why not? You know, like in the States, you gotta be at this stop at this time, and you miss it, and now your whole, you know, like they really are. To me, that's a sign you really for your people. I mean, you gonna make money for sure, but that's almost one of them businesses like I can't look at you and see you there and just keep driving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of type of vibe. So I thought that was pretty cool that you know, open up a business and available.
Yeah, we call that the mini bus taxi. It's actually pretty organized. It's organized and not organized at the same time. But it's organized to the point to where we've been in rural areas, and like I said, we call them mini bus taxis.
Yeah. We've
been in rural areas, and there's a guy who owns a couple mini bus taxis, taking everybody around, going where, you know, like I said, you make a little money, but you know, there's a lot here.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. So, like, okay, you said you've been on vacation before, different places.
Yes.
So how does this compare to some of your other vacations that you have been on?
Well, I would have to say for the other places I've been to, they can be compared, and then this would have to be separate. You can't compare this to those places because it wouldn't be fair to those places. Because this is blowing it out the water. Like, it's not even close.
So that person who's like, man, I'm about to go to Vegas.
I'm about to go to Vegas. I'm about to go to LA, San Diego, Texas, Atlanta, New York. Put them all together, I still wouldn't put them on South Africa.
Well,
and that's being kind.
Yeah, that's being kind. Because and I still haven't even been to Cape Town yet. This is just, I'm basing this off of Joburg, Pretoria, Rosebank.
Yeah. See, this is a different vibe than Cape Town. Okay. And you will see it's just a different vibe, but they're both on 10. There's 2 levels of 10. We've had people that go to Cape Town and just fall in love with Cape Town. We have people that come to Joburg that fall in love with both. We got people that come to Joburg, go to Cape Town, and be like, man, what's going on in Joburg? Because it's hard to watch this off.
Right,
you know?
I got you.
And a lot of us that are here in South Africa, you know, us people who live here, to include the South Africans, you know, you're in Gauteng province. This is our state, Gauteng province, and so you know, we're everywhere. You know, they say, what they say, GP?
All over GP.
Yeah, all over GP. Okay. Yeah, we everywhere. We doing the thing, and so you'll pull up in KZN, which is the Durban. That KZN, or KwaZulu-Natal, is the province. We just call it KZN. First name, middle name, last name. That's what we call it. But you'll get there, you see a bunch of GP people. You know, in this Gauteng province, and they up in there. You know, we flipping bottles. This is what we do. You know, we GP. Wow. Yeah. So I kind of consider myself a GP person. Oh, nice. Okay. So when I pull up, all my tags say GP.
Tags say
GP, baby. Pull up in there. You know, it's kind of like DC. When you
and I gotta give you some dap on camera because, well, even before I got here, Amapiano, that's some of the greatest music I've ever heard.
Is it not?
Yeah. I listen to that all the time now. Like, I mean, every driver, you know, I mean, I got artists in my phone now. Like, I just take notes of whoever they name because after I got into it, I only knew about the popular one. I think her name was like Uncle Waffles, the girl. Yeah. She's a popular DJ.
Yeah,
but I was like,
so dope.
Yeah, I wanted to ask the locals, like, is that the commercial version or is this the real, you know, I ain't trying to just be that. But they was just like, no, she has her lane, and then they gave me some other artists too. But before I got here, I would just listen to like hour mixes on YouTube. You know, like live DJing at places and stuff. Yeah, like it's amazing. It's amazing music. Yeah.
Make you want to move.
Make you don't want to.
Put that on when you're trying to clean the house.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You could be like, am I cleaning or am I dancing?
Right, exactly. Yeah, so it's a beautiful music though. Yeah. And it's theirs. You know?
It is theirs. It is theirs.
That's cool.
And they own it and they share it with the world, but they are still very proud to be like, that's ours.
Right.
Still very proud that it's ours.
Yeah, they definitely share. They don't really hold anything.
It's taken over in the U.S. a little bit because we
get a lot of people that come here. They have some people that come just so they can go to the club, just so they can hang out and do the Amapiano thing. Okay. They came on these trips just simply because that's what they wanted to do.
Between our nieces that visit, they was like, oh, am I going to get to go someplace and listen to Amapiano? I was like, are you for real? Like, you pipe down. Daughter listens to it. And then Another girl that we had come here, she was like, that music is something. And she got here, she traveled by herself.
If you hear it, then you like music. There's no way you can't like at least one song. I mean, it's so much. Yeah.
And then they be dancing to it all.
Oh yeah.
They be doing the most.
Yeah, I've seen the videos. I ain't get to experience it in person yet. So that's what my next visit.
Well, you got to get time.
Okay.
They have it.
We'll make sure you have a good experience.
And I got a confession. When I went to, where's Signature? Where's that?
Yeah, I know. They told me.
Yeah.
They tell everything.
I went to Paul's first.
Okay.
When I got out the car, I thought Paul's was.
Oh, right there, of course.
Yeah, I thought that was. Because you know what I thought when I saw Signature Restaurant? I thought you meant like it's their signature, like it's like. I didn't know that was the actual name, so I ate at Paul's.
Oh.
I mean, it was great food too. Yeah, I had
she didn't tell us that part.
She probably didn't tell me.
Yeah,
he probably didn't say, hey, I already ate.
Because I think you got to take away.
Yeah, I want to take away. That's why. Yeah, I went to the bar for the tortellini, mushroom tortellini.
Yeah.
So, because I was already at the point where I didn't want to hold up the driver and make it. So I was just like, let me at least get some. But that restaurant was crazy. I mean, that was like.
You was like, shoot.
Oh man, because when I saw the live music, I was like, oh, I love it. I mean, I still got the vibe.
Yeah, but still,
you
wanted like a
yeah.
It's kind of like DC, right?
Yeah, but better.
He gonna say but better to everything. Don't ask him anything.
People that know me know I don't have no reason to hype it. I'm gonna tell you that if it was horrible, I'd be like, look, man, don't come out here.
Yeah.
But for me, it would be no way to say that because I had already been watching y'all's channel.
Mm-hmm.
And, like I said, I'm big on character. You are character people. And, you let other people talk. So it's like, they not just selling what they saying. They letting people they ain't meet and, from Adam and they just letting them talk. So it's like, okay, that's the testimonials that we all see, And it was just like, let's get on the plane experience. But yeah, that Signature restaurant was nice. So that is what happened. Yeah.
I was so worried. I was like, I'm not gonna ask him. I said, well, maybe he walked in and was like, I don't want to eat by myself.
No, it was just because of the driver time.
That's okay.
I don't really say that because there's some people because it is up high end, and a lot of us in the U.S. we're not used to high end. I mean, we think we are. We get to that what's that place called? Red Lobster. And we don't hit the top of the food chain. Right. Yeah, Olive Garden. Yeah, we don't hit the top of the food chain.
What did the old girl say? Them Tad biscuits.
Yeah. And you get to that point, you like, so when you see something beyond that, we automatically don't feel it's for us.
I got you.
Yeah, and so what we want to do, we want you to understand that all this stuff that you see in South Africa is for us, down to the Execution Museum, down to Soweto. I think you might have went to 1947.
I did. Yeah. I did. That was nice. Me and Lucky went there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just sat out.
You and Lucky was hanging out.
That was my guy. He didn't do the Soweto tour. He got the guide. I forget his name. He got the guide who took me around. I walked around and they did the song at the end. I saw the, I might be calling it wrong, but their constitution almost. Like the 10, it's the circle with the 10, constitution might not be the right word, but like the pillars of what they believe the society should stand for.
Okay.
Like
kind of like the constitution.
I saw that. And like I said, they did a song, a group did a song, and that was good. And then they had like the table set up. I got like a South African bracelet. And a couple other things, but yeah, it was really just all around. It was really good.
Back by popular demand, you requested it, and here it is. Here are the dates and all the information you're going to need is on the website. Go ahead and book now. It will be filling up fast because a lot of people want to come to South Africa and look at the real estate.
Hey Mark, thanks so much for allowing me to be a part of this video, but I do want to ask you a question.
Sure, go ahead.
What do you love about what we do?
Well, I just like the fact that we show a lot of professionalism, and I like being a professional. And the biggest thing is I like sharing what we find and what we do with everyone.
I think that what you said is awesome, but what I love about what we do is that we actually take the time to build actual relationships. If you remember, we've talked about this 1,000 times before, and what makes South Africa so special and what we're able to do is that we actually take the time to build relationships. We don't just go meet someone and, have a short conversation and think that they're going to work with us. We actually take time and invest our time and our abilities in making connections that are going to be lifelong that we can share with other individuals.
Absolutely. And so that's why this real estate tour, I think, was so successful the first time. And of course, the second time around will be just as successful, if not more successful than the first one. Now, the people that came, they voiced to us many times, wow, this tour was amazing. It was great to be able to have access to the properties, being able to know how it works, and then, of course, having the professionals on hand to answer questions. And then, of course, after the tour was over, they still can contact them because they're constantly interested. And then, of course, several people bought homes.
I think the enthusiasm, not just of the people that came, they were enthusiastic before they got here because They understood that what we were doing was something that was revolutionary, that had never really been done before at this level, and that it did take a lot of work for us to be able to put this together. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like we put it together by the seat of our pants. We actually took time to build these relationships, as I said earlier, to make sure that everyone in that room got exactly what they deserved and what they paid for. We talk about the construction people, the builders, the developers. To have all those people in one room at the same time was amazing. And we love the fact that we have the support of Joburg Tourism, understanding that investments are a part of what tourism brings to South Africa.
Yeah, just doing it from a professional environment really, really, really helped. And then, of course, those that were local people here in Johannesburg signed up to work with us so we can bring people this exclusive opportunity to come to South Africa, walk inside these locations in these homes and get the offerings that South Africa has. And so we were really proud that everybody that came trusted us. I think they all went back home super excited, super happy, and for the prospects of purchasing a home here in South Africa. If they didn't purchase it now, they're going to purchase it in the future, and they have all the contacts to do so.
I think that because they have the contacts to do so, the contacts are also enthusiastic about hearing from them as well.
All right, it's always good for us to be able to come together and have the opportunity at this location. Right here, they're at Serengeti, one of the estates here in South Africa, and this is the reception that they received at Serengeti. Very good situation. That brother right there is in the belly brother, and of course we got our guests who are here with us in South Africa.
I love the fact that they took the time to not only partner with us in this, but believe in us and put together something at Serengeti that was all-encompassing of what Serengeti actually was able to offer, because they were so steadfast in what they put together and believed in what we were trying to do as far as investing in South Africa. Mm-hmm. What they actually did was put everybody in situations where they have the ability to make lifelong friends, meaning that they grouped everybody together.
Yeah, they did become friends.
And those people literally stuck together based on their configuration. But the way Serengeti did that, allowing everybody to get the same experience, was what kind of made it a situation where everybody was able to bond even more.
Because I think at this point, everybody's lifelong friends. They've been chatting back and forth in the private chats and whatnot. So it was great to see a bunch of African Americans having the opportunity to do something like this here in Africa. I'm going to say is probably something that doesn't happen a lot, but it needs to happen more. And that's why we are doing another real estate tour, because I think the African American community will be embraced like this company, like this whole group was. You will be embraced as well. And then, of course, they got an opportunity to do plenty more things here in South Africa outside of the real estate tour. So it really worked out well for them. Everybody's happy. And right now we have a couple people that I want you guys to meet. They're going to tell you a little bit about their experience here in South Africa with the real South Africa. So stay with us.
Hello, my name is Toya. I'm from Los Angeles, California. We came today with the Blantons to take a look at this beautiful home here in Serengeti. I would say this home is a great use of space. The natural light is absolutely fabulous. I love the courtyard style in the yard area. There are several bedrooms and a theater room. It is absolutely gorgeous. It definitely made me think about investing in this property.
Hi, my name is Spencer Willington. I'm from Goodyear, Arizona, and I'm here on the Real South Africa tour. It is an amazing tour. I'm having a great time. I wish it was longer. It's only, I think it's 8 or 9 days. But if you get an opportunity to maybe not come out to a real estate tour, but come to South Africa under the Real South Africa. Again, Spencer Willington by way of Goodyear, Arizona. Thanks.
Now that you guys have an idea of what we do and how we do our real estate tours, we are so professional. No one does it like we do. And those were just clips from people who came on the first one. So sign up for the second one now. All right, guys, take a look at our preview to our documentary. It's amazing. So check it out. And then once you've seen the preview, which is coming up next, you can go to our website and view it. Thank you. The Real South Africa is a travel and tourism company. Our overarching focus is to bring to the African diaspora what South Africa has to offer in the realms of tourism and the option to see what's available here in South Africa. And then, of course, if you're looking at trying to relocate to South Africa, then we can assist you in those areas as well.
My husband, named the company, and it made sense simply because of what we're shown in the media when it comes to South Africa. We're never shown, how beautiful the people are, how beautiful the architecture, the fashion, the food. So for us, when we got to experience how people actually have real lifestyles and they love their families and they socialize, like that was more real to us than anything that we had ever been shown, as far as the media is concerned on that side.
What we were taught about South Africa, as a child, we always thought Tarzan, which was ridiculous. We thought, that it was just it was like jungles and stuff to that effect.
The only thing that you hear about South Africa is robberies, hijackings. In fact, I was told that if you get here, if you have a bag in the car, they're going to break your window and take it.
South Africa is presented in a way that it's only shown for you coming here to serve others.
We see some of the films where the kids have flies on their eyes and they need our help, and they're not a developed country, and there's so many negative, it's dangerous. But when you get here, it contradicts everything that you have been told.
All right, everyone, the Real South Africa, we got packages to Cape Town, Johannesburg, Durban, and other places. We would love for you guys to come and enjoy what South Africa has to offer. And of course, as your travel and tourism experts here in South Africa, we can make it all come true. Now, we all know you guys have dreams and aspirations of coming to Africa. A lot of us do, and of course we did too, and that's why we're based here in Johannesburg, the city of gold. A very awesome place, and you're going to enjoy it once you get here as well. What do you get when you get here? Well, first of all, when you land here in South Africa, we take care of everything. We make sure your accommodations are good. We make sure your airport pickups are perfect. There'll be somebody standing there with a sign. We also make sure that the places that you're going to visit are carefully curated for you, of course. And then you got to eat. So what do? We put you in a perfect scenario, regardless of what city you're in, so you can actually have a great meal with friends and family, or even if you come by yourself, no problem. We're going to take care of that too. But isn't this amazing? So this is what we can do for you. So basically, all you have to do is just reach out to us on our website, therealsouthafrica.com. And of course, once you get here, we got you. Now, of course, South Africa offers spa treatments. They're absolutely amazing. And a lot of people just love it simply because they never thought they can get a spa treatment in Africa. And then of course, we always provide you guys with opportunities to see special animals out in their own environment and so forth. The only thing that you have to do at that point, after you've been afraid from the animals, is to get on the plane, come here to South Africa, and enjoy yourself. So we will see you here in what we like to call sunny South Africa. Oh, and by the way, you'll get an opportunity to shop as well. So book your trip today.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.